Hi, it is Robbie and Zoe from Southern California, and let me tell you how our day started.
I can't believe I got a hot glue nest.
And it's still morning. So like I've told you, I come into the bird garden, I try to get something done. Now we're having a major heat wave in California in the winter. So I'm trying to get things done as early as possible. Now we're back sitting here enjoying what's left of my coffee, and let me tell you how this day started. So I went down to the other side of the yard where I've got my tree collared jungle, and I started trimming off a lot of the yellowing leaves as well as brown leaves and leaves that looked really bad. Why? Because it's so hot. We're going to be close to 100 degrees that I figured if the plant didn't have to take care of leaves that it doesn't need and I don't want, that would be the best thing to do, would be to trim them off. So I started trimming them off, and lo and behold, the plant next to it, thank goodness I did not trim off anything on the other tree collard. I saw something, wasn't sure what it was, but quickly it was discovered it was a bird nest. Now looking inside the nest, that looked like it was falling down, not because of me, not anything I did, I hadn't touched that plant yet. But looking inside, I found one egg. Now, were there more before I found it? I can't tell you that, because usually there are 3, 4, there could even be 5 sometimes. And upon inspection, looking at the egg, you could tell it was a towhee, the brown California towhee, whatever you want to call it, not the spotted towhee. Now, I did inspect the nest, and it was loose. Left there for any more length of time as it was, I'm sure in the next few days it would be on the ground. Young pairs, a lot of times, they do not build their nest correctly, and they learn by mistakes, as we all do. They build it, it falls, they build again. Generally, they'll do it a couple times until they get it right in the spring, and the spring will be here in a few days. So anyways, I looked at it and thought, well, this isn't going to work. What am I going to do? Now, we have repaired nests for birds. Years ago, we did one in Gary's garden. It was a hummingbird nest. We fixed it, and she went ahead and raised 2 babies in the nest after it was wired up and covered up in tulle, Tulle, like I use in my garden. So we fixed that one, all was successful, but how in the world was I going to do this between Zoe and I? I looked at the nest, and this towhee, well, I guess the male too, they're pairs, had taken yarn out of my garden. Pieces probably that I've been taking apart as I'm redoing the bird garden, and they found the yarn and they twisted it in their nest, which was a good thing, with all the twigs and branches and leaves and everything else they put in there. So the first thing I did was run and find the same yarn. Would it matter if it was the same yarn or not? Truthfully, no. But it just so happens I still have it. It's a big spool I picked up at the thrift store for $1. So what I ended up doing is I wrapped the yarn. I couldn't get behind it because it's a wall. It's got a 10-foot, 8-foot drop. So I wrapped the yarn around the tree collard, the branches, and I tied it to their nest that already has the yarn in it. So it's hard to tell, but their yarn's there and my yarn's there, but it's all tied up really good. Now here's the problem. If they tug on it, or let's say a squirrel or something climbs through it, it's going to still fall. The only other thing I could think of in a quick fix, as she's screaming in the bushes, is can I fix it where it's not going to tip when she jumps on there to sit on her nest? And the only thing I can think of is, well, what do we do as crafters? Get that hot glue gun out. So I ended up getting my flash fish, which is my power unit. I love that. You know, I should sponsor it, but I don't. I bought it. I bought 2 of them. I actually had a third one, but it wasn't a flash fish. I still use that one. But then I bought 2 of the flash fish, and I love it. So I can just carry them anywhere. I even have them for emergencies. You can plug in lights, a radio, anything you need. It doesn't matter. If you want one, go look at it. So I grabbed my flash fish, which is a 200-watt power unit. It's a power station. And I brought it outside, and I plugged in a small hot glue gun and let it heat up. And then I proceeded to hot glue my yarn that I tied to the nest. Now in the position I want it to be, upright, not sideways. It was sideways when I found it. And after it started to cool a little bit, I put some more hot glue on there, and then I crushed on some leaves. Now, I didn't need to crush the leaves on, but I think it would look nicer. I wanted to make sure they didn't try to come near it if the glue was still sticky. So I pushed some leaves on it, and it fixed it in place, everything, and it looks pretty good. I think it looks good. Now, what I did do now is I went and got my Wise Cam, because I always keep extra ones around here. I love them. They're all over. No, this is not sponsored. This is stuff I buy. If I like it, I tell you about it. If I don't like it, you would have to ask me, and then I'll give you my opinion, but I don't do videos on things I don't like. I do videos on things I love and really like and makes my life easier and works for us. So I went ahead and put the Wise Cam there and stepped back, and lo and behold, as you can see, she came right back and she's sitting. Now, will they make it? I don't know how long the nest has been like that. We are going through a major heat wave, so we'll have to see. It's not too hot because the eggs would be really about 99.5, and we're not going to be hotter than that. So it should be okay. If it stayed for a couple days over 100, sometimes eggs can get damaged, but in the shade, it probably would be fine. The other thing is the issues with it. You know, like, did she lose some of the eggs? Has she been trying to sit on them? Did any of them fall out? You know, we'll know. We'll know in a couple days if more eggs show up. I just don't like the way it's sitting. It's in an open spot that different rodents go around there. You know, different squirrels and scrub jays, they all steal eggs. I'm going to keep an eye on it, and if it looks like they are good, I could always twine it with some more yarn, or maybe put plastic plants around and make it more difficult for especially scrub jays. Scrub jays and orioles will rob bird nests if they find it. So I don't want to hang around too much when there's other birds around. It's better to do it when nobody's around, because ravens, they'll watch you. And if they see you go somewhere and they saw a nest, they'll go back and they'll collect either the babies or the eggs. So you've got to be aware of what you're doing and what you're fixing. But I'll keep in touch with you, whether it's on a garden tour or something, or a short, telling you how it went. Hopefully we'll keep our fingers crossed that it's the start of the eggs, because if it is, another one will show up in the next day or two, and we'll see if it makes it. But this will give you an idea if you had to repair something in a pinch. It does work. The old wives' tale that if you touch a nest or touch a baby, they won't take it back is not true. Many people help out birds all the time, and they appreciate it when they need the help. So it will work. So I'll let you know how it goes. So far, so good, and we'll see how it is. So with that, have a wonderful day. Don't forget to eat what you grow, and now you know how our day started today. Bye-bye.